basketball team, and we've just been working the last 4 or 5 days in practice to try to simulate that. Obviously, it's tough to do, but just throwing even an extra guy or two out there on defense just to simulate the pressure and the physicality, and taking care of the ball is going to be a big thing, big focus for us tomorrow.
What are some of the things that you learned out of the first 2 games that you played against Maine and Omaha with regards to teams making runs on you and you're having to, alleviate that and then be able to build on leads? What are some of the things you guys are learning as a team from that?
I think the biggest thing is that we've just seen the resiliency of the group, and when things were up 10 to 15 or whatever, and they do go on a run. We're not going individual. It's not turning into hero ball one-on-one. We're staying together as a collective group, and that's what translates to wins, and that's how you get over those humps and those lapses that I guess we've had for a few minutes, and letting teams get back in it. But the biggest thing is resiliency.
You guys see much press this year, or at least anything close to what you're going to see tomorrow night?
I mean, in the 2 games, not necessarily. But like I said, we've been trying to simulate it in practice, and like I said, with the 6 or 7 guys on defense, picking us up full court, and just trying to stay poised and not let them speed us up is going to be big tomorrow.
And the limited opportunities against press, how do you think the press break is done?
Good. I think we've executed well. We have a good 2 or 3 press breaks for that, and I'm confident that this group will execute that tomorrow.
Probably got a few different ways they can match up in the half court, though. But Alexander is one of the best on-ball defenders in the country. What's the key to having success, being able to execute your offense with a guy like that, trying to gum things up?
Just not let us get sped up, and play really poised, play together, trust your teammates, and just I think a big thing is making the extra pass and making them defend for a long time. A lot of times with high-pressure teams and defenses, they don't want to defend for a super long time. So getting late into that shot clock to get great shots is going to be key for us.
About team play, do you feel that there are continuous discussions of you guys understanding what your roles are? Because that's a key component to especially success on the road as well as throughout the season, is everybody kind of understands where their strengths and their weaknesses are, and operating in those strengths more than they are trying to do something outside of it.
Yeah, I think there's been a buy-in to the role, and especially just going throughout the summer and going into the fall, and now it's a few games in the season. I think it's pretty apparent that we know our roles, and there's a buy-in to that, and we know that, and we trust the coaching staff and the positions that they put us in. And like I said a little bit earlier, it's just about trusting your teammate, knowing that they're going to be there, they're going to have your back. But yeah, I think we know our roles.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
I don't know. What do you think? Should I do a statement? Okay. All right. Well, great opportunity heading on the road against a very impressive team here early in the season to give us a good feel about where things are with us. Get a chance to go on the road. Normally, you don't have a lot of these opportunities at this point of the season. I've been really impressed with St. John's and how efficient they have been shooting the ball at a very high clip. I think almost 55% overall and almost 42% as a team from the three-point line. Very powerful, very explosive, and their defense fuels their offense. We'll be pressured as much tomorrow night, as any team this year as far as getting after us. So really have to play with poise and understand there's going to be runs in this game. And we've had a few of those that we've faced this year, had to play through runs. I've been pleased with how we have handled adversity at this point of the season, but it's going to smack us in the face at some point tomorrow, and we have to handle it the right way if we have any chance of winning. But Mike's done a great job with this group. They're playing very well together as a team, and like I said, it's going to be a very good test for us.
Coach Hoiberg, one of the first things is it's been a while since you've had a 2-0 start, and that's good for the University But with that, how do you, going on the road, keep the team focused on beyond the prize of just winning, smelling yourself, starting to feel good, and then get to a point to where you're able to?
Yeah, they've had a they've come in with a very workmanlike approach this week, and it's what you have to have. With the rules and the off days, we took a day after the game against Omaha, came back in, had a good hard day, and then had another off day the following. So basically 2 out of 3 days off to let the guys get their legs and, understanding how taxing this game would be. And then we had 3 very good days of practice, and obviously tried as much as we can to simulate the pressure that we're going to see, knowing that we're not going to be able to simulate exactly what we're going to see tomorrow night. We threw 6 guys out there and, just try to do everything we can, to get traps and presses, because that's what it feels like. Played against Mike Anderson's team back in the old days when we were in the Big 12 together, and it's 40 minutes of relentless pressure on the defensive end that we're going to have to face and we're going to have to handle. But yeah, as far as our guys, I give our leaders a lot of credit for making sure our guys have stayed focused. We came in after that day off. You always want to enjoy it. You get 24 hours and then get over it and move on to the next one. And, our leaders have done a really good job of, I think, keeping us on task. And, it's been a group where we really haven't had to jump very often for a lack of energy or a lack of effort coming into practice. And again, I credit our leaders for that.
I know you haven't faced much press this year, but in the instances that you have, how do you think the press break is operated?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get a good look at it tomorrow night, Robin. We have faced pressure, though, and, the first 2 teams that we played, have really gotten into us, but it's been more in the half court. Tomorrow, it's pick up full. It's, trap the first pass. Ball fakes are going to be important in this game, having a safety at all times, running through the pass. If you go and try to casually catch a ball or go with one hand, it's a steal. You got to have 2 hands, strong rebounds. They're coming, they're crashing down on top of you on the glass. So we have to do a good job. And then once we do break it, they're coming from behind and trying to back tap. So, again, we've tried to do as good a job as we can. Simulating it is very important to get off to a good start. Those first 5 minutes, especially when you go on the road, playing against a team of this quality, you have to get off to a good start and not let them set the tone and get their crowd into it. The other thing we have to do a better job, this is when Omaha went on a run, is when we missed at the rim. When we get to the rim, we have to convert. When you go in there soft and you fall, now they got numbers coming the other way, and that's what kills you against a team like this. So not only handling the pressure, handling the ball, but being selective at the rim against their length and their shot blocking, because that's really what fuels their offense.
What have you seen from Jones and Corbello as answers adequate returns?
Yeah, Jones is he flat out scores the ball, and he does it from a variety of ways, shooting 49% overall. He's got great length. He gets to the rim. He's got 10 offensive rebounds. He's just a really versatile 3-level scorer. They'll post him against matchups, and he can really shoot the 3 ball. Corbello has, obviously we've seen him, know who he is, but he really thrives in the system that Mike runs. Defensively, he's got great hands, great instincts, and then he's one of the best passers, certainly that I've played against at this level.
Was the last game against Omaha an anomaly at the free throw line? Is that something that you guys are going to do? It's important.
Yeah, it is. You gotta, again, you simulate it, you put pressure on them. You have penalties if they don't make a certain number of free throws. Put the whole team on the line and shoot them, and the whole team runs if we're not making them. But again, you got to get out there when it's in front of the crowds with the lights on. That's the important time, obviously, when you got to knock them down. And then you miss 1-on-1s, and you lose the opportunity to get the bonus free throw. And that game, it's a 20-point game if we make our free throws. So yeah, it's it's important. I promise you, we're working on them. All throughout practice. Those things are contagious. If you get off to a good start, you're making them. It seems to have, it generally is a good night. But certainly the other way, I've seen it a lot of times. And, if you get off to a poor start, it just somehow gets in the head and it becomes mental. So, yeah, it's important, as you guys know. But, you got to be able to convert those free ones.
You talked about going on the road. This is the first true road test for this group. What's kind of the message going into it?
Yeah, we did get one opportunity in the preseason, with the Colorado game, which I like that. Gave us the chance to see what what a pregame the night before looks like. The morning of, we didn't have a shoot-around time because of the afternoon game at Colorado. We will get one of those tomorrow. But yeah, I was pleased the way we played on the road, especially the way we finished last season. And you just have to have a tremendous mental toughness when you go out there, and you can't go on the road expecting to get calls. You have to go out, play through runs, and we're all we have. At home, you got the crowd behind you to get you going. If you don't get off to a great start here, it's the 15 guys and the families of the East Coast guys that we have that will be behind our bench. But, we just, again, go out there, play with a physical and mental toughness, and hopefully give yourselves a chance.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, thank you, guys. Yep.
Everybody?
Yep.